now with group 1. Okay, please. So your floor is yours. Please. I will shut up now.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are group 1 from class 14E2. My name is Bùi Quỳnh Trang. In my group, we have Mr. Quốc Duy, Kim Ngân, and Thanh Vân. So we'll start our presentation right now. Today we'll be presenting the first category in the learning activity rubric, which is collaboration.
Okay, so first we have to understand the context, and now we may have already known that the world is becoming more and more fast-paced and interconnected. So, in order to keep up with this trend, people are often required to work on teams with others. And working on teams are likely to solve complex tasks faster than when doing it individually. So to prepare for successful future work, nowadays students need to develop collaboration skill when at school. So what is the definition of collaboration skill? According to Dillenberg, collaborative learning is broadly defined as a situation in which 2 or more people learn or attempt to learn something together, and more specifically as joint problem solving. Another definition can be a mutual engagement of participants in a coordinated effort to solve a problem together, as cited in Rochelle and Tisley. And this rubric, it examines whether students are working with others on the learning activity and the quality of that collaboration. So learning activities should be designed in a way that requires students to make decisions together. This means that students must learn how to negotiate, resolve conflict, distribute tasks, each other ideas, and last is to integrate those ideas into a coherent whole.
So let's discuss the very first feature. The very first features of collaboration. So the first one is work together. Students work in pairs or in groups. Remember that in pairs or groups, in pairs of groups, then students work together when the activity requires them to do in pairs of groups. So they do that to discuss an issue, solve a problem, or create a product. Okay. So it might also include people from outside the classroom. For example, students in other classes, the schools, or community members or experts. Students can work together face to face or using technology to share ideas or resources. Okay, so let's look at the table on the screen now. We made this to clarify what working together means. So remember that we will work in pairs or in groups when it comes to collaboration. For example, we in pairs or group, we will give feedback for each other, discuss an issue together, or share the story, draft, and give each other feedback. Students have shared responsibility. This the second feature of collaboration when they work in pairs or in groups to develop a common product, design, or response. Shared responsibility is more than simply being helping each other, because students must collectively own the work and be mutually responsible for the outcome of the work. If the group work involves students or adults from outside the classroom, this qualifies as shared responsibility only if students and the outside participants are mutually responsible for the work's outcome. So, as you can see on the screen, okay, so students conduct a lab experiment together. Is it a shared responsibility? The answer is yes, because students have joint responsibility for carrying out the lab experiment. But students give each other feedback. It's not shared responsibility. When this activity structure implies that one student owns the work and the other is only helping. A student works with a peer in another country to develop a joint website using Microsoft Office 365. Is this shared responsibility? Yes, because the students share responsibility for the development of the website. On the other hand, a student interviews a peer in another country about the local weather. It's not regarded as shared responsibility, for this is a task that students conduct together, but they don't have the mutual responsibility for its outcome.
Okay, we come to the third features of collaboration, that is making substantive decisions together. So the students should make substantive decisions together because they must resolve important issues of the team together to guide their work. And this decision can shape the content, the process, and the product of the work. First is the content. The student must use the knowledge of the issues to make decisions that affect the outcome of the product. So you can see here, all the students must contribute to the final product. On the process, the student must plan what they do, they will do it, what tools, and the role and the responsibilities of all the people in their teams. The products, students must make fundamental design decisions that affect the nature and usability of their product. For example, here, can you see the tick? Students decide how to shape their presentation to a particular audience. That is the product of substantive decisions. However, the second one, students select a color scheme for their presentation. That is not considered substantive decision because they are just maybe just based on their interest. The last feature of collaboration is interdependence. So interdependence here means all students must participate in order for the team to succeed. Here we have this feature requires students to make interdependent products or interdependent outcomes. And most of dependence work involve two levels of accountability. One is individual accountability, and the next one is group accountability. To the product, students must take into account of all the team members so that they complete the final product. For example, the key words here is complete. So all the work of the students and combine together so that the final product make a kind of a stream to make a complete final one.
Okay, thank you, my friends who have shown us the very detailed concepts about the 4 criteria of the collaboration learning activity rubric. Now, please look at the chart, this chart. Since this rubric is designed to judge the quality of a learning activity in terms of collaboration, so we need to give them a scale, to give them scores. In these scales, we have 5 levels, and at the lowest level, which is number 1, it will be given to the learning activities in which student doesn't even work in groups. So we can imply here that the lowest score that a learning activity might get in terms of collaboration is 1. Even if the student don't work together, they still deserve 1 point. And then if they work together in an activity, but they doesn't have shared responsibility, they deserve 2 points. And it will be 3 if they do work together, do share responsibility, but they don't make substantive decision together. Their activities will be awarded 4 points if they share responsibility, they make decision together, but their work is interdependent. It's not interdependent. And finally, if their learning activity has 4 criteria of the collaboration rubrics, then they will be awarded the highest score, which is 5. And according to what I've explained, the steps of considering the score for the student for the learning activity will be in 4 steps. So basically, we will go 1 by 1 criteria in the rubric. We start with working together, and we consider all the aspects, all the categories in the rubric. And whenever they lack 1 criteria, we minus 1 point. And if they got the 4 criteria, they will deserve the 5, which is the highest point. So in general, the one important thing you have to remember about this part of the learning activity rubrics is that collaboration consists of 4 categories, which is working together, share responsibility, making substantive decisions together, and interdependence. So that is basically our presentation. Thank you very much for listening, and we are open to any questions.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, very short and concise. And what really everyone to remember is the 4 categories. That's exactly what I really want you to remember. Working together, shared responsibility, substantive decisions, and interdependence. Yeah, that's what we call collaboration. All right, perfect. All right, so we are open to questions and comments. So please, everyone, you have about 3 to 5 minutes to share your ideas. Please raise your hand. Now I'm going to reclaim the host. All right. So, questions and comments, please.
I see a lot of ideas from our friends.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just what I told them to do. What do you remember from collaboration? Yes, so just to help them to remember better.
If you don't have questions, please give us some comments on what we could improve on in our presentation.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, please do it to show collaboration. We are working together. Remember the 4 C's? Collaboration is the first one. Give them hearts if you have. Please give them hearts. Million likes.
Bình thường nó có cái position rất kính.
Okay, Duy, can you can stop sharing your screen now? Yes, please. Thank you. Stop sharing screen.